Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to the Stay In for another Friday night quiz. Although I should say, some of you have already been here for the last half an hour, haven't you, for the special children's bonus round, where I have well and truly passed on the baton, shall we say, to the next generation of Squiz masters here at the Stay In. Yeah, they did fantastically, didn't they? And thank you so much for all the messages that have been pouring in. They've gone to bed absolutely thrilled. So thank you so much, everyone who did join in that bonus round this evening. Yeah, so great to see so many names flashing up on the screen. So I can see that Joe and Sally are in from Common Moor. Good evening. I've got Claire is back in after having just been in half an hour ago, as are we've got Graham, we've got the Orchards in as well. I think I've seen Colin's back in, and Roger. Hi Roger, thank you for joining us yet again. Yes, I hope you're all having a great Good Friday, start of the Easter weekend. Good evening to the Trevine 4, I've just popped in. Nice to see you again there. Yeah, so Easter weekend and the sun is out. Been out in the garden all day gardening, and then lunchtime barbecue. First barbecue of the year for me. So yeah, really good day, topped off by 2 quizzes. So yeah, and how are you? Who are you, I should say, and how are you doing? And then what are you drinking as well? I'm on some Atlantic tonight, which is going to slip down very nicely. Yes, I can see you. Good evening to Gordon, Matt and Lisa. Drinking Cornish IPA and proper job. Nice of you to join us once again. Wow, they were Indian King were very taken by the fact their teachers would be joining in this evening. And yeah, you can tell how much they actually love school, because half of those questions what they've learnt from you guys, so thank you very much. So yeah, I hope you have fun. Well, I mean, this is going to be better than the sound of music, Colin. It definitely is, I'm sure. Sorry, the camera is all over the place this evening. There you go. Hopefully that's a bit better. So yeah, Good Friday quiz. So we're going to do a bit of a kind of Easter theme to it this evening. I'm not going to drink as fast as Kian. Yeah, that is probably one of the comments that I've had most over the last half an hour is, doesn't Kian drink like his daddy? Yeah, but I'm not down in this like he downed his sunrise. So our rounds this evening, for those of you who are interested. Round number 1 is all about rabbits. Round number 2 is all about eggs. Round number 3 is, how can I describe it? A blockbusters round. It's an Easter blockbusters round, but it's general knowledge, but the blockbuster bit spells out Easter eggs. And then round number 4, it is a strange but true round. So I was looking at some of the April Fool's pranks that I saw yesterday and thought, well, you know, some things are strange but true. So I've got you things that are strange but are definitely true. So that will be our round. And then we've also got the picture round, which I'm sure you've seen up on social media if you follow us. It is Easter eggs this week. So we've got up there 10 Easter eggs. All I'd like to know is, what is the chocolate brand who produces those Easter eggs? Simple as that, really. You've probably seen them all in the shops, although they haven't got any more, have they? They all seem to have sold out. Yeah, but what chocolate brands are there in those eggs? There we go. Yes, Colin, if you need a pee, then we'll have an interval after the second round where you can use the facilities. I've got that in. Yes, so I have talked for quite a while. I'm just looking at myself. I realize how tired I am looking this evening. I don't know why. I feel wide awake, but there you go. Long card turning. So when you are ready, let me know and we can begin the first round of this Good Friday quiz. And yeah, looking forward to it. And then I will yeah, I'll let you know about next week's quiz because it's a big one next week. Yeah, it's definitely a big one next week. So I'll share news about that later. But let me know when you're ready. Once again, I apologise for this camera. Let me try once again. It's just all over the place, isn't it? Let's see if that works any better. Still getting used to the focus on this camera. Alright, excellent. Ready to go. So it was the orchards in first. There we go. We've got Katie's ready, Graham's ready, Danny's ready. Excellent. Colin's bad. Oh, here we go. Everyone's ready. Brilliant. So round number 1 is all about rabbits. Or bunnies. Rabbit bunnies. Whatever we're going to call them. So question number 1 this evening for you, Scuizzes, is which cereal and flavoured milk brand has a rabbit mascot on its packaging? So which cereal and flavoured milk brand has a rabbit mascot on its packaging? Question number 2 this evening for you. What do you call a female rabbit? What do you call a female rabbit? Question number 3. Which rabbit has sisters called Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail? Which rabbit has sisters called Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail? Okay, question number 4 for you this evening. In Cockney rhyming slang, what does a rabbit refer to? In Cockney rhyming slang, what does a rabbit refer to? And question number 5 kind of follows on from the last one. Which Cockney duo had a hit with Rabbit in 1980? Which Cockney duo had a hit with Rabbit in 1980? I'm going to have to play with that camera during the interval. It's annoying me, so I don't know how much it must be annoying you. I'm just going in and out of focus the whole time, isn't it? Anyway, let's carry on with some questions at least. So question number 6 this evening for you. In which film does a killer rabbit live in the cave of Caer Banog? In which film does a killer rabbit live in the cave of Caer Banog? Question 7. Which part of a rabbit is sometimes worn as a good luck charm? Which part of a rabbit is sometimes worn as a good luck charm? Question number 8. Which villager was the Dibley Easter Bunny for many years before passing on the duties to the vicar? Which villager was the Dibley Easter Bunny for many years before passing on her duties to the vicar? Question number 9. The rabbit Hazel is the protagonist in which novel? The rabbit Hazel is the protagonist in which novel? And finally in this round about rabbits, which book about a rabbit does Chandler buy for Joey's girlfriend in an episode of Friends? Which book about a rabbit does Chandler buy for Joey's girlfriend in an episode of Friends? Okay, that brings to an end our first round. So we'll move on to our eggs round in a moment. At this point of proceedings, I always say thank you to my test teams, don't I, who keep me on the straight and narrow and have a look over the quiz. So thank you very much, test teams, as usual, for helping me out and just casting an eye over it. I don't think the quizzes would be quite so good without their help, so always raise a glass to them. Thank you very much. I've got a shout out to do later on in the evening as well. So we'll do that after the interval. Don't worry, I've not forgotten. I can just hear them settling into bed up there after their quiz exploits. They seem to be absolutely buzzing still. So let's move on to round number 2, which is the eggs round. You've done rabbits and bunnies, you know you're going to do eggs instead. So, question number 1 for you. In which Beatles song would you hear the line, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen? In which Beatles song would you hear the line, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen? No, nothing about pies, I'm afraid, Mum. Question number 2 on your eggs round. Who in 1988 suggested that most British eggs were infected by salmonella? Who in 1988 suggested that most British eggs were infected by salmonella? Question number 3. Who wrote the children's book Green Eggs and Ham? Who wrote the children's book Green Eggs and Ham? Kian was very pleased that this one got into the quiz. Question 4. To be considered a very large egg, how heavy must a British egg be? To be considered a very large egg, how heavy must a British egg be? And I'll give you 5 grams either side on this one. So if you can get within 5 grams of the answer, you can have a point. How heavy must a British egg be to be considered very large? Question 5. Which animal is stamped onto eggs to show that it originates from a farm verified to British standards? Which animal is stamped onto eggs to show that it originates from a farm that's verified to British standards? Okay, question number 6. Which chocolate manufacturer made the world's first Easter egg in 1873? So which chocolate manufacturer made the world's first Easter egg in 1873? Oh, I meant to say from the test teams, Easter egg as we know them at the moment. A few earlier chocolate eggs had been made in, I think, was it Germany? But they weren't, they were for decoration rather than for eating. So, yeah, I'm just moidering up now. But which chocolate manufacturer made the world's first Easter egg in 1873? And question 7. Which founding father, writer and inventor is credited with saying, "An egg today is better than a hen tomorrow"? Which founding father, writer and inventor is credited with saying, "An egg today is better than a hen tomorrow"? Question 8. Which small bird's eggs are considered a delicacy in many countries, including Japan and the Scandinavian countries? Now, which small bird's eggs are considered a delicacy in many countries, including in Japan and the Scandinavian countries? Question 9. Which bird lays the largest egg? Which bird lays the largest egg? And your final question before the interval is, by what name is an eggplant known in the UK? By what name is an eggplant known in the UK? Okay, so at 8:30, that's our first 2 rounds done. I'm going to just sort this camera out during the interval. Just unclip it, ready to go. Hopefully I can get that sorted for you, and then we'll be back with rounds 3 and 4. But before we go to the interval, I've just mentioned next week. I said it's a big quiz because next week, believe it or not, it is the stay-in's first birthday. I did my first virtual quiz on Friday the 10th of April last year. So I mean, it's a day early, but it is the first birthday next week. So we'll do a big birthday party quiz next Friday. I know some of you were involved in a little test one a few days before that. So technically we will be one, just not publicly one at the time. So yeah, hopefully you can join me for that next week for the birthday quiz. I am going to now head off to the bar, where maybe the landlady can help me sort out this camera issue, and get myself another beer while you can do the same. Colin, this is your chance to go for a pee, as soon as you asked so politely at the beginning. And yeah, do what you need to do in the next 5 to 10 minutes, Scuizzes, and I'll see you back here for, first of all, the answers to those first 2 rounds, and then round 3, which is your blockbuster round, and round 4, which is your strange but true round. So I shall speak to you very, very soon. Let me put up those Easter eggs for you. Speak to you soon, Scuizzes. Okay, Scuizzes, thank you for just holding on there. Yeah, went to sort the camera and it all went blank on me. So I think I've got it working again. Whether we have fixed the issue or not, I'm not entirely sure, but we shall wait and see. So hopefully you've heard my voice and you're ready for the answers to the first couple of rounds. So, so when you're ready, let's go through the answers to the rabbits round and the eggs round. So, there we go. So your first round was rabbits. So number one, the cereal and flavoured milk brand that has a rabbit as a mascot is Nesquik. Question number two, a female rabbit is a doe. Question number three, the rabbit who has sisters called Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail is Peter Rabbit. Question four, in Cockney rhyming slang, rabbit means to talk. If you rabbit and balk, you talk. Question five, who had a hit with rabbit? It's Chaz and Dave. Question number six, the killer rabbit who lives in the cave of Caerbannog is in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Question seven, the part of a rabbit that's sometimes considered lucky is the foot. Question eight, it was Letitia Cropley who used to play the role of the Dibley Easter Bunny. Question 9, Hazel is the protagonist in Watership Down. And question 10, Chandler gives Joey's girlfriend a copy of The Velveteen Rabbit. And then we moved on to our eggs round. Question number 1, the Beatles song, which has the line, I am the Eggman, they are the Eggmen, is I am the Walrus. Question number 2, it was Edwina Currie who said that all British eggs were infected with salmonella. Question 3, Green Eggs and Ham was written by Dr. Seuss. Question 4, a very large egg has to be 73 grams. So if you've got anywhere from 68 up to 78, you can have the points for that one. So 73 grams, sorry. Question number 5, eggs have a lion stamped onto them. Question number 6, it was Fries who made the world's first Easter egg, as we know them today. Question 7, an egg today is better than a hen tomorrow, is attributed to Benjamin Franklin. Question 8, the small bird whose eggs are considered a delicacy in many areas of the world is a quail. Question 9, it is an ostrich which lays the world's largest egg. And finally, question number 10, an eggplant is known as an aubergine here in the UK. So those are your answers to those first questions. So how have you got on so far, Scuizzes, before we move on to our blockbusters round? Okay, so just let me know in the chat how you're doing while I finish pouring my beer. I think I just changed some of the settings on the camera as I was switching between rooms and knocked something. But hopefully we are sorted. So yes, just let me know how you're doing. But as always, it's not about the scores, it's about who's having the most fun. Yeah, so I notice it's not quite in focus, but it's not switching at the moment. So a few questions came in. Will there be cake next week for the party? Well, if you want to have cake, please have cake during the quiz next week. I'm hoping I'll make myself a little cake or something. Well, you have to sing. It would be lovely if you would sing Happy Birthday to the Scuizzes. So we'll see. So we've got some good scores coming in. We've got lots of 17s coming in. We've got 15s, 14s. Balls up are on 16. Hi, Barry and Co. I think I did see you logging on earlier, but I didn't mention it, did I? So sorry. Yes, welcome to Stay In again. So yes, so So your next round is the blockbusters round. So hopefully this is quite straightforward. If you remember the program blockbusters, you know, I give you the letter, but down the side it's going to spell out Easter eggs. No. Yes, Easter eggs is what it spells. I thought I changed it to something else, but no. It's going to spell out Easter eggs down the side. So it is just general knowledge on this one. Good job it's not about the scores, Andy and Claire. Well, no, it's just about having fun. And I know you've been having fun for hours because I've seen those messages. Yes, it sounds like you're having a great evening. So, question number 1 in round 3. Which E is an animal which has African bush, African forest, and Asian as subspecies? So which E is an animal which has African bush, African forest, and Asian as subspecies? Question number 2. Which A is an American state which has Little Rock as its capital? So which A is an American state which has Little Rock as its capital? Question number 3. Which S is a sport which has classes such as Fin, Laser, and 49er? Which S is a sport which has classes such as Fin, Laser, and 49er? Question number 4. Which T is a type of pasta which derives its name from the Italian word to cut? Which T is a type of pasta which derives its name from the Italian word to cut? Question 5. Which E had a #1 single in 2003 with the song Bring Me to Life? Which E had a #1 single in 2003 with the song Bring Me to Life? Question number 6. Which R has 4 equal sides and 2 pairs of equal angles? Which R has 4 equal sides and 2 pairs of equal angles? Question number 7. Which E is traditionally used to make the black keys on a piano? Which E is traditionally used to make the black keys on a piano? Question 8. Which G were the secret police of Nazi Germany? Which G were the secret police of Nazi Germany? Question 9. Which G has a capital city of Accra? Which G has the capital city of Accra? So A-C-C-R-A, Accra. Yeah, sorry Colin, you're right, there are no P's in this round, so you're going to have to stay seated for the moment. And then question 10 in this Easter eggs blockbuster round. Which S is a chemical element with the atomic number of 14 and the chemical symbol Si? So which S is a chemical element with an atomic number of 14 and a chemical symbol of Si? So that's that round. For you, round 3 done and dusted, and we'll move on to round 4 in a moment, which is the April Fool's round. Just before we do move on, can I say a huge welcome to the stay and to Connor, who has been requesting a shout out, and I keep forgetting, but he did tell me at about midnight one night when we were having a bit of a Zoom call between friends. So yes, finally Connor, thank you for joining me at the stay in. I'm sorry you've had to wait so long, but yes, can everyone please raise a glass to Connor? And I've even got behind my shoulder there, can you see her there? Myla the unicorn is here for you as well, Connor. Yes, I hope you're enjoying the quiz this week. despite me being very fuzzy. Yeah, so round number 4. So it was April Fool's Day yesterday, wasn't it? Lots of fantastic pranks going on here, there and everywhere. But then I started listening to a radio talk show about things that are strange but true, that should be April Fools, but they're actually not. So here are 10 questions for you, which are strange but true. So, question number 1. The McDonald's in Sierra Vista was the first to install what, so that military personnel could pick up their food without having to change out of their uniform? So the McDonald's in Sierra Vista was the first to install what, so that military personnel could pick up their food without having to change out of their uniform? Question number 2. In 1997, an orange cat named Stubbs from Alaska took up which public role, serving for his town for over 20 years before his death? So in 1997, an orange cat named Stubbs from Alaska took up which public role, serving his town for 20 years before his death? Lots of glasses being raised to Connor. And I hear you're sharing your story as well. Question number 3. Designer Frederick Bauer. Now he is known as the inventor of the Pringles can. He had his ashes buried in what when he died? So designer Frederick Bauer, who's known as the designer of the Pringles can, had his ashes buried in what when he died? Question number 4. All astronauts who visit the International Space Station must learn to speak which language? So all astronauts who visit the International Space Station must learn to speak which language? Question number 5. The German town of Wuppertal has a railway bridge made entirely out of what type of small brick? The German town of Wuppertal has a railway bridge made entirely out of what type of small brick? Question number 6. A quarter-mile section of which American road has rumble strips which play America the Beautiful if you drive over them at the 45-mile-an-hour speed limit? A quarter-mile section of which American road has rumble strips which play America the Beautiful if you drive over them at the 45-mile-per-hour speed limit? Question 7. A 70-ton rock in Iceland was moved in 2014 to make way for a new road. Protesters had argued that it had to be moved, not destroyed, because it was a church for which kind of mythical creature? A 70-ton rock in Iceland was moved in 2014 to make way for a new road. Protesters had argued that it had to be moved, not destroyed, because it was a church for which mythical creatures? And question number 8 in this round. The Cumbrian town of Keswick has a museum dedicated to which everyday item of stationery? The Cumbrian town of Keswick has a museum dedicated to which everyday item of stationery? And the final question in this round, number 9. The PlayStation football game FIFA 2001 had a scratch and sniff disc, which when you scratched it smelled of what? So the PlayStation football game FIFA 2001 had a scratch and sniff disc, which when you scratched it smelled of what? Now, I may just have thrown you by saying, and your final question in that round. And of course, you notice there's only 9 questions in that round. Well, there is, of course, an extra question. I told you at the start that all of those were strange but true. However, I was tricking you. One of those is not true. So I would like to know which one of those 9 questions is not true. That is your 10th question. So is it the McDonald's one that's not true? Is it the cat called Stubbs? Is it the Pringles can designer? Is it the astronauts? Is it the railway bridge? Is it the rumble strips on the road, which play American the Beautiful? Is it the 70-ton rock in Iceland? Is it the museum in a Cumbrian town? Or is it the scratch and sniff PlayStation disc? Which one of those is not true? Which have I tricked you? Which have I fooled you with? So that is your final question of that round. So, yes, there you go. That is all of the questions for this evening, apart from a tiebreaker, of course, which we'll do after all the answers. So I'm going to disappear and just recharge my glass, and then I'll be back with the answers to your Easter egg round, and then the blockbusters round, and then that strange but true round. So yes, I'll just be 2 or 3 minutes. Hopefully no technical issues. I'm not going to touch that camera again, and I'll speak to you very soon, Scuizzes. Here are the pictures for you to mull over during this very short break. Speak to you soon. Okay, Scuizzes, so I am back after topping up my drink there, ready to do the answers this evening. Apologies once again for the issues and the fact that we're a little bit behind time this evening. But I hope you are enjoying the quiz tonight. So yes, we're going to go through the answers now to the picture round, and then round 3, which is your Easter egg blockbuster round, and then round 4. Which was the strange but true round. Colin, I'm glad you loved that last round. I've had a ball researching it. Yes, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that last round. Something a little bit different. So just keep you on your toes a little bit. But there you go. So hopefully you're all ready to go through these pictures. So these Easter eggs. So which chocolate brands made these Easter eggs? I'm just going to reveal the answers for you in just a few seconds. Here we go. So as you can see, number 1 is a Cadbury's Dairy Milk egg. Number 2 is a Lindor egg. 3 is chocolate orange. 4 Smarties. 5 Kit Kat. 6 green and black. 7 After 8. 8 was Reese's Pieces. 9 was Aero, and 10 was Maltesers. So there you go, Dairy Milk, Lindor, Chocolate Orange, Smarties, Kit Kat, Green and Black, After 8, Reese's Pieces, Aero, and Maltesers. If you just got Reese's for 8, you can have the point. One of the test team said that. So there you go, those are your answers to the picture round. So let me bring my ugly mug back. There we go. So let's go through the answers to those rounds 3 and 4 for you, and we can tot up our answers and see how we've done this evening. So round 3, which is an animal that has African bush, African forest, and Asian as subspecies. It's an elephant. Question 2, which A is an American state, has Little Rock as its capital. It's Arkansas. 3, which S is a sport which has classes such as Fin, Laser and 49er. It's sailing. Question 4, the T that's a type of pasta is tagliatelle. 5, the E who had a #1 single with Bring Me to Life is Evanescence. Question 6, the R, which has 4 equal sides and 2 pairs of equal angles, is a rhombus. Question 7, the E, which is traditionally used to make black piano keys, is ebony. Question 8, the G, who were the secret police of Nazi Germany, is the Gestapo. Question 9, a G that has the capital city of Accra is Ghana. And question 10, the S, which has an atomic number of 14 and a chemical symbol of Si, is silicon. Okay, and then we had the strange but true round. So question number 1. The McDonald's in Sierra Vista was the first to open a drive-through. Question 2. The orange cat named Stubbs. He took up the role of the mayor of his town for 20 years. Question number 3. Designer Frederick Bauer, who designed the Pringles can, had his ashes buried in a Pringles can. Question 4. All astronauts who visit the International Space Station must learn to speak Russian. Question 5. The German town of Wuppertal has a railway bridge entirely made out of Lego. 6. The road, which has a quarter-mile strip which plays America the Beautiful, if you cross it at the right speed, is Route 66. Question 7. The 70-ton rock in Iceland, which had to be moved because protesters said it was a church for elves. Elves are hugely popular in Iceland, apparently. Question 8. The Cumbrian town of Keswick has a museum dedicated to the pencil. Question 9. The football game FIFA 2001. If you scratch the disc, you smelt grass, apparently. So there you go. And then all of those were strange but true apart from one. And the one which was incorrect was the Lego bridge, I'm afraid. The railway bridge in Wuppertal, it has been painted to look like it's made out of giant Lego bricks, but it's not actually made out of Lego bricks. So there you go. The April Fool kind of twist on that there was the Lego bridge. That's your 10th answer there. Yes, so I hope you have enjoyed the quiz this evening. Let me know how you have done. I am thoroughly looking forward to next week, to celebrating the stay-in's birthday. Who'd have thought it? When just about a year ago, me and a few members of my family had a very quick run through of a quiz to see if I could get the technology to work, and here we are a year later with a weekly following of about 40 to 50, still doing the quizzes, which to me is incredible. So thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope you will join me next week to celebrate the big birthday. And please, yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun next week, hopefully. So please get people involved. Yeah, put on a party hat, put on your party clothes, bake yourself a cake or order one in, and let's just have a bit of fun. So here come the scores. We've got a 42 for Gary. Danny has got her best score ever with 46. Well done, Danny, and your family. Well done. Mum and Dad not doing so well this week. Roger's had lots of fun despite getting 36. Brilliant. We've got lots of 42s coming in. Barry and Kai have got it. I can see that. Matt, Lisa and Gordon have got a good score. So Steve down here in St. Clear. 3's a crowd plus guest. Have got 47. Wow, lots of great scores coming in this week. It seems to have done very well. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed it. Yeah, so because we got so many close scores, let's have a tie-break question to see if we can sort out who might come where, and it's your chance to play against the members of your team to see who can get closest to this answer. It's not about the winning, we know that, don't we, here at the Stay-In. But here is your tie-break question, which is dedicated to Connor. So I would like to know how many episodes of the children's television programme Balamory were broadcast. So how many episodes of the children's TV programme Balamory were broadcast? So that is your tiebreaker for this evening. Just pop your answer into the chat there, and we'll see who is closest. So yes, yeah, I'm not quite sure what the questions will be for next week. I've kind of left it to see if I get some inspiration, because I want to do something a bit special. We'll see. I've got a few ideas kind of just at the back of my mind there, somewhere near my ball patch, and hopefully one of them will come to fruition. Right, here we go. Lots of great comments coming in. I know it was almost as good as India's and Kian's quiz, wasn't it, Colin? Yeah, I know. They've just stolen the show this evening, unfortunately. But there you go. So we've got a few guesses coming in for Balamory. I'm wondering what Connor has guessed. I know he's watching a little bit behind, so I won't see his score come in. But we've got 73s, 106, 2480. Yeah, so Balamory, which, you know, classic children's TV, really, isn't it? There were, including the Christmas special, there were 254 episodes of Balamory spread over 4 seasons. So 254, and I've just seen Danny's answer of 260 come in. Danny, you are just absolutely on fire this evening. You know, Jackson has aced the children's quiz. You've got your highest score ever now, and now you're within just a few of getting the tie break. And I can see, Steve, you've also got very close there. So thank you very much. And well done, everybody. So that brings to an end, just before 9:30, the Stay In Good Friday quiz. Yeah, an excellent quiz. Well, Kai, thank you so much for that pun there. And that pun means that we can have a P for Colin, so well done. Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you next Friday, hopefully, for our birthday party. Yes, and I better get baking myself a cake. Yes, thank you very much. As always, stay safe. Please don't mess this up now when we're so close. But stay safe. Have a great Easter, and I'll see you next Friday, Scuizzes. And there's a reminder that it's our birthday next week.